Hello there. My name is Declan Hammond, and I'm very pleased to talk to you today about a topic that's really very dear to my heart, psychedelics harm reduction. I have been interested in this field all my life, and I've learned a few things, and I'd like to share with you today about some of the things that I think are most useful to learn in this particular topic. So I have, through my life, done field work with psychedelics in India, Nepal, Mexico, Peru, and Brazil. I've been involved with community harm reduction work for addiction response Crumlin in Dublin, for young heroin addicts and opiate addicts in general. I've also provided harm reduction support and training for many music festivals throughout Europe, also notably the Electric Picnic here in Ireland. From 2008 to present, I am involved with the Cosmic Care medical team at Boom Festival in Portugal. I'd like to start by saying a fairly well an obvious statement. The only way to completely avoid harm from psychedelic use is to not use them. Having said that, the overall harm of selected drugs, Professor David Nutt, wonderful name for a psychiatrist in Imperial College London, he's done some wonderful research about the overall harm of selected drugs. And he's focused on a whole range of different drugs here. And starting on the left and at the extreme right of the picture, you have a number of psychedelic drugs, cannabis, LSD, and mushrooms. So you see the relative harm of these things is actually very, very little. He also talked about the ratio of fatal dose to the effective dose. And you see the worst and most dangerous are down the bottom of the scale down with heroin. And if you get to the top, marijuana, LSD, psilocybin, these actually only have a theoretical fatal dose because nobody has ever died from overdose of these particular substances. They may have had challenging circumstances, they may have been challenged in many other ways, but nobody's died from these things. So in terms of safety, these substances are some of the most safe things we can ingest. So the context for what I'm going to talk about here today is that this year and every year, millions of people will use psychedelics outside of supervised medical contexts. Many of these people will do it for the first time. These users will be hoping to have a wonderful, maybe festival experience, concert experience, and will be unprepared for a difficult experience should it arise. So as we'll see during the presentation, a difficult psychedelic experience is not necessarily a bad one. With proper preparation and understanding, it's possible to help a person having a difficult experience to receive the most benefit from it. Having said that, difficult psychedelic experiences can be frightening, but also among the most valuable experience someone can have. Difficult psychedelic experiences can be the result of external factors, such as a chaotic environment of a festival with noise and music and dust and heat, or traumatic events, or the result of painful or troubling emotions that arise during the experience. And we'll be addressing all of these in the presentation. By working with these experiences, rather than trying to talk somebody down, together the sitter and the psychedelic user, the guest, can make a difficult psychedelic experience a chance for personal growth. So I'd like to talk about the personal harm reduction now for somebody who's choosing to take a psychedelic. I'd like to talk about different aspects of that. I'd like to talk about the substance people take. I'd like to talk about the set, in other words, the mindset, the expectations, the hopes, the fears, and the setting, the environment. All of these together will combine to be able to have the experience the person may have. If any of these are not at an optimum, then you can expect some problems with the experience. So ideally, before somebody takes a substance, it's worthwhile really considering what you're doing, why you're doing it. And the first, obviously, is to be aware of local drug laws. In many countries, psychedelics have been decriminalized, or they are available in certain kinds of use. But in other countries, their use is against the law. So becoming aware of your local drug laws is important. If you're knowingly taking something that's illegal, likely this is going to affect your state of mind when you're taking it. So ideally, working within the laws as much as possible. Before taking it, do some research. If you're choosing to take some mushrooms, some LSD, some mescaline, so any substance, do the research. There's plenty of information online about the various different substances. Choose to find out what this substance is, where it comes from, and also the kind of dosage that's optimum. You can take a substance that's relatively safe and take a very large dose and have real problems with it.